What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2 for 2, your sports podcast for the culture, by the voice of the culture. I'm your host, Quis. I'm here as always with my brother, Nell, and we back with another episode for y'all today, man. Season 3, episode 43. We talking the NBA Finals. Enjoy it. Nell, my brother, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Finals coming up. It's almost summertime. Pretty much summertime, so feeling good, man. What's going on with you?
Great, man. You know, I'm back from my weekend. You know, shout out to my brother
Fun
JoJo.
weekend,
He got
I
married.
heard.
It was a great weekend. Love is a great thing. Love is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, shout out
That's
to
all
our
I
boy
can-
JoJo. He's been on the show before.
He has. Shout out to him and his beautiful wife, Rihanna. I think Rihanna is how you say it properly, actually. But can't believe it, man. My boy JoJo got married. I hung out with the guys. Me, DC, Temp, Walt, everybody was there. There's a TikTok floating around of me, and I need to make sure it doesn't get leaked. I hope you don't have it.
I've seen it. Best believe I've seen it. Best believe I have seen it. Oh, yeah. Come on now. You think Walt wouldn't leak that to me?
Anyway, man, look. Beautiful wedding. Great time with great people, man. Went out to Detroit. I'm back now, though. I needed 2 days off after. I did not go to work yesterday. I barely was in it today. But we here. And the finals are upon us. And this is the one thing I had to look forward to today. Because I've had a day. But, you know, let's get right into it. We might as well. We got Boston versus Dallas. Kyrie and Luka versus Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Two big duos, one team. You know, the Celtics have a lot of history winning championships in the NBA. Kyrie Irving, a former Celtic, right? We have a lot of storylines in this. We got Kyrie, the former Celtic.
Ooh, boy, do
We got Kristaps Porzingis, the former Mav. Everybody said that him and Luka didn't get along. Luka refuted it, but nonetheless, that was a marriage that didn't work out, right? We saw Luka and Kristaps. It didn't work. All right, you know. So here we are. We just gonna do a little different today. Now we just gonna chat. We, you know, taking a book out of the shop with LeBron and, you know, some other great pods. So we just gonna chat, man. So looking at this game, I mean, what we thinking? How we feeling about it going into it? You know, and I think the series was 2-0 in favor of the Celtics, right? The last game was a blowout, but we had some differences to me, right? Glaring differences in the sense of, I think somebody said something one time to me. They were like, well, the trade had already happened. So, okay, but what? In that last game, I think Daniel Gafford played 6 minutes. Tim Hardaway Jr. was getting 20 minutes still. That doesn't happen no more. Derek Lively, I don't think he was playing. They were playing Maxi Kleber. Excuse me. So, a lot has changed, right? The Celtics as well. You know, their lineup is what it is, but I don't know. I'm expecting something different now. So what you thinking?
Yeah, I think it should be a real interesting series. I think it's kind of an even matchup, but I think the odds makers obviously got Boston winning this series, and I think rightfully so. I think coming in, even though when you talk about the Mavs and kind of the road that they faced coming into the playoffs, all 50 plus win teams, beating the number one defense with Luka averaging 30 and playing the way that he was playing. And then you look at Boston, not to say that they wouldn't have won these series anyway, but, you know, each team that they face missing a key or, you know, star player, you know, facing the 8, 6, and 4 seeds, you know, a lot of upsets, not really the top teams that we were talking about in the East coming into the season.
It was a cakewalk.
It was a cakewalk. Like I said, it was.
Had they seen one of our teams?
Had they seen my team, it would have been another 7-game series. Had they seen your team, it probably would have just went full, like with the Pacers. But
hey, you saw what Josh Hart said.
He says a lot of things. So anyway, like the teams we talked about in the East, you know, being maybe a contender to Boston, we didn't see any of those matchups. So none of those teams won at least 50 games in the regular season. So, you know, the path wasn't as difficult as Dallas, but you still got to give Boston credit. You know, they were missing Kristaps as well. So, you know, they dealt with injuries of their own. But it should be a real fun matchup. So I think Dallas is coming in with a lot of momentum. Like I said, with them coming in with all those teams, but it's gonna be fun, man. I'm hoping Kyrie steps on the what
That's
do
what
they
I'm
call their
hoping.
logo? Lucky.
Oh, lucky. Nah,
Yeah,
he seems a little more. He's taking the high
I know
road
he
this
seemed more
time.
mature now. Back in the
Yeah.
day, he'd be stepping on that after
Oh
every
yeah.
game.
Nah, he would. It would get ugly. But I mean, regardless, the bad blood is there. Regardless of what these guys are gonna say, at the end of the day, we got a matchup, man. Like we got two duos now. Like,
Elite duos.
and I'm gonna go ahead and tip my cap. I'm going Dallas flat out. Like flat out. One, I can't stand Boston. That's easy, right? Excuse me again. Two, I'm not a man that's gonna get burned twice. That duo, Luka and Kyrie, I thought Ant and Cat had a chance. And now I understand we're going to what some people will say is a top three duo in the league, right? With Jaylen Brown and Tatum. I mean, but I'm not going to sit here and not take Kyrie and Luka again. I think flat out. I mean, between duos, that's the best duo in the series. Am I wrong?
I don't think so. I don't think
So
it's close, but I don't think
is
so.
it
Offensively, for sure, by far.
right? I mean, okay, right. I mean, and I'll give the credit to Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. They do play great defense. But when
But I
you
think
have
when
two
both players are
guys,
playing at their best, I'm taking Luke and Kyrie for sure.
when you have two guys and they both on and they both gonna kill, like the craziest thing about it is we talking about the duos, but at the end of the day, Boston is still like the better like team, right? So like you're gonna get the Derek White contributions, right? You're gonna get the Chris Stapps contributions. You might look at the stat sheet and be like, oh, Jaylen Brown had 22. Okay, Tatum had 25. Chris Stapps had 21. Drew Holiday had 12. Derek White had 17. Like that's what you get. But on the other side, I'm not saying they're not getting help because them role players are playing out there in Dallas right now. But you might be looking at Luka 35, Kyrie 28, and then you got to fill in the extra with whatever. So you're just talking like pure duos. I'm riding with Dallas.
I don't blame you. I think I'm taking them too. It'll be interesting to see how Dallas plays this defensively. We know they were the number one defense statistically in the conference finals. They've been great since the trade, and since Gafford got into that lineup. Uh, they've been playing a lot of help defense. They've really been protecting Kyrie and Luka, and you know keeping them out of harm's way. It'll be interesting because there's no Rudy Gobert, there's no Kyle Anderson, there's no Josh Giddey, ain't
Yeah.
really nobody, no Zubac. There ain't especially if Kristaps is playing. Like that's five guys that's going to put that thing up with any kind of space. And
And I think he's
I mean,
playing.
yeah. So and
Yeah.
statistically, I think the worst shooters in their rotation are Brown and Tatum at like 35 and 36%. So like everybody else is just a lethal shooter, and it's going to be interesting how they kind of can hide Kyrie and Luka because they
I
Boston hunts
mean,
mismatches a lot, and
that
they
is
gonna
what
be
they do.
hunting. They gonna be hunting Luka and Kyrie. They probably
But
gonna
the
be putting
thing
them in a
about
lot
both of those
of.
guys, though,
They're gonna be putting them dudes in a
they
lot of actions.
I want to see how that affects them offensively because I think defensively they can guard it. Like Luka's not a great defender, but he's big. He's strong. Like Luka is a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And Minnesota really ain't like if you really think about it, like
but
you
I
ain't
mean,
really
like,
see him a lot on Ant-Man. Like Minnesota ain't really put a lot of pressure on him and Kyrie to try to
bro,
force switches and force mismatches.
Luka been playing professional basketball since he was 15. You think he ain't been hunted before? If anybody in this league know how to get away with some shit in this game, like that's why I'm saying
But if Tatum hunt his ass to 40, it's gonna be a problem.
I want to see it.
I want to too.
I think that's what we all trying to see. We all trying to see it. What's Jayson Tatum? Is he gonna do it? Because you right. Like Jaylen Brown's gonna go at Kyrie because that's how he, like we talked about last week. Like Jaylen Brown's a bigger guard. Like that's what he wants to do. But he's a willing defender. He's gonna slide his feet and be physical too. I just want to see how if we putting Luka into actions and just making him guard, how's that going to affect him when he goes down against Boston and has to play offense? Because, like you said,
could be like Ant-Man. Could be like Ant-Man in the Western Conference Finals, where he had to really guard Kyrie, and that took a lot out of him.
It took a lot out of him.
We saw it affect him offensively.
Exactly, and he's already going to have I'm fully confident Luka Doncic will average over 30 points in this series. But to the credit of Boston, like you said, 1 through 5, they're defending. You can get some Jrue Holiday, and they switch. They'll switch. Like you get Jrue Holiday, you get Derek White, you get Kristaps stepping out on you. Like I'm sure. Like
I am concerned about them switching. Like
I mean, I don't think you want.
In the regular season, a lot of times you'd see Jaylen Brown on Luka and Tatum would be on one of the bigs, so that kind of took away that they would just switch that. But especially if you got Al and Kristaps out there, Kristaps coming off an injury,
if you have them together,
you don't want him. You don't want him out there 1-on-1.
Yeah,
against Kyrie and Luka.
And if I'm Dallas, that's my first set.
Of course,
we finna see how healthy this unicorn is today. And Luka and him have had that 1-on-1 game before. I'm sure. And I know how it ended. I don't know, man. It can go either way, man. This gonna be a fun one.
Because I don't think they can play drop coverage like Minnesota did. They switch a lot, so we gonna see if those bigs can hold up. But
bro, Kyrie is about to be assertive every game. Like,
oh yeah, especially in Boston.
Like let's be real. Like people, that when you watch Kyrie and you like, oh, he's having an off scoring night. Like he's probably not asserting himself. Like Kyrie has games where he'll just kind of walk around and let Luka kind of do his thing. He'll attack for like 3-minute spurts. He'll be the better assist guy. But like then you see games. I think what game was it in the last series when he came out in the first quarter and he was just getting to it? What game was that? Dang, I can't remember.
When he had 24, when he had 24 in the first half, or
yeah, the game when he came out against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, that was game one.
That was game one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like we saw that. Like that was like, hey, I'm about to just flat out go do it. And I feel like that's what he's gonna like. I feel like that's gonna make it harder for Boston this series because what they have going against them is what they had a lot of competitive games with Indiana. Granted, no Kristaps, like you said, but a lot of close games in Indiana, and they haven't been challenged. So I don't know, man. I think
one thing I will point out, if we remember back in 2022, Kyrie did play Boston in the playoffs. Kind of got strapped.
He was younger, though. We just said that.
I'm not saying he won't play great.
I'm not saying he can't. I'm not saying that.
I'm not saying he won't play great. I think it'll be different, but I mean, most of the same defenders. Now you got Jrue Holiday, who I've always thought played Kyrie pretty well. But I mean, again, it's Kyrie. If he's on, there ain't no stopping him. But I'm just saying, Boston's got a lot of guys they can throw at their best players.
Okay, so Jrue Holiday is how old?
I couldn't tell you. 30-something.
I just don't see it. We've seen Jrue get chopped up in the playoffs before.
We have.
And
he's 30. He's 33. So
damn.
We see him getting that.
No. I told you I love Jrue Holiday, but right now, like Kyrie, like I think it's just I want it to happen. and I'm really showing my Dallas bias, but I don't know. I just can't imagine Kyrie not like this championship means a lot for all parties. Like you going out swinging.
I mean, it's a lot, extra, especially involved with Kyrie. If Kyrie gets this ring, where you got him? If he gets a second championship, where you got him? Top point guards all time.
All time.
All time.
We got Steph.
Of course. Got Magic.
We put Magic in there.
He over Chris Paul?
You said what?
Is he over Chris Paul?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I used to like Chris Paul a lot more till I got older. And now it's like he be having some folks fooled. He ain't gonna fool me. He's also an asshole. I'm putting Kyrie ahead of him. I don't care.
I feel you.
I'm putting Kyrie ahead of him right now.
Yeah, that 2008 season by Chris Paul got people in a chokehold.
You know what I'm saying? They be like, I get it. I get it. But it's also just like
It's just I feel like when it comes to ranking point guards, it's kind of hard these days because the point guard position back in the day isn't what the point guard position is now.
Right.
Like, so it's just like it's a whole different criteria of like what makes you a great point guard.
Would you put these James different Harden eras? In there? Like as a point guard, like would you like as a?
I personally wouldn't like consider him all time as a point guard. I feel like he played most of his career at the two, but I mean he certainly has been a point guard for pretty much the last
at least about 8 to 10,
4 or 5, 8 to 10. I mean,
what year is this? 2024.
Because Pat Bev was technically a point guard. I know he wasn't, but like
whatever. We ain't talking about James Harden. Kyrie would be, and he would be solidified top 5 whatever point guard list I put out.
Top 5?
Yeah. Like I said, I only got to 2 people.
Magic, Curry, Isaiah.
That's what I'm saying. Are you doing that? I mean,
Isaiah. I think Isaiah got to be stamped in my top 5.
Okay.
Only other small guard other than Steph to, win a chip on as the guy.
Okay, that's cool. Like who you gonna pull out now?
John Stockton still in your I know everybody. It's like popular to kind of just
that was
dish
the
him to the side
because I'm like,
but like growing up, it was like he was always growing up. He was always pretty much considered like third at worst.
I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Now it's like how do we usher in this new crop?
But it's like hard. You can't even compare because he's like a career 16, 18, and Kyrie's a career like 25.
Like it's not even close. But then it's like the numbers,
the playmaking, and the steals.
Steve Nash in there.
I'm always like
Kyrie and Steve Nash. That's the guy. That's his guy.
I'm always like not a hater of Steve Nash, but just like I don't know. I wonder if I went to
Twitter and top 5 point guards, what the first thing would be if that pops up. Let's see, top 5 point guards of all time. Let me see.
Kyrie's probably in there for sure. Oscar?
All right. So this is the first thing that popped up is Norris Cole's top 5 from April. Magic Johnson, Steph Curry, John Stockton, Isaiah Thomas, Russell Westbrook.
I was about to say Russ. It was only
you kind of got
contenders.
Would he be 5? I don't know,
He's in my
man.
top 10. He's in my top
Yeah,
10.
easily top 10. Maybe not top 5. Because Russ, like,
He's for
when you
sure
talk
top
about
5
numbers,
he's for sure top 5 I've ever watched. Like, if we not including,
I mean, Bron said he's the most gifted
old
player.
eras, like, he's for sure.
Yeah.
Like, he was him
It
as
don't
soon as
matter.
he came into the league.
We're going top. I'm putting him in my top 7. It's my list. I don't care.
That's true.
It's my
Yeah,
list.
if I'm just going with my own eyes, like,
yeah. Top 5 we've ever watched.
Top 5 I ain't watch Isaiah watched. And Stockton and Magic, so
yeah,
he's easily top 5 that I've ever watched.
I'm cool with that. We can roll with that. So,
yeah,
who in this series, right? We've been talking about how Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they've never seemed to get the ring, right? They've never seemed to win it. But Luka doesn't have one. We talking about what it would mean for Kyrie. So, who does this mean more for then? Legacy wise, out of everybody,
I feel like because Tatum's been there before and he played poorly, I feel like it's more important for him.
I agree.
I think if Luka won it, I think it does more for his legacy and, kind of pushing him as one of the greatest and, building his resume to be in that. Like, he has probably top 10 all-time potential.
Yeah.
So, like, Tatum is, yeah, right.
10 is generous.
And as Tatum wins, it's like, we'll definitely look at him differently, and he'll be more of a star. But nobody's throwing him in any top 10.
This is my thing
15
about Tatum.
conversations.
This is my thing about Tatum. Say he wins it. For me, even if he wins it, if he doesn't have a top 2 performance in this series, like if Luka's going to be the best player in the series, Jayson has to be the second best, clearly. Or I'm still not.
That's fair. I'm
still not.
That's a fair assessment.
Because if they win this series and the best player on that team is Jaylen Brown, or Kristaps has a legacy series, right? Or like, let's just say he averages his 24.8, 26 and a half. He's 25 in that guy. 8 boards, 3.5 assists. But, Luka has 2 30-point triple doubles. Kyrie has 3 30-point nights. He doesn't have any moments. I'm still not really giving him much out of this. Because, like, as much as it, like, he just, like, we try to put him at superstar, right? Like, mega star. Like, that's what people, like, we're trying to put him there because it's like, it's all there. But then it's like, you can't just be another guy this series. I don't think they win if he's just another guy at all. You know what I'm saying? But, like,
oh, for sure.
But, like,
I mean,
they have a lot over there, but, like,
they got a lot of shooting, but nah, Tatum definitely, both him and Brown got to show up.
Hey, he better be. I want to see it, bro. I'm excited. Like, I told you, I'm definitely picking Dallas, but, like, I wouldn't care if Boston won. Like, it's cool.
I would care.
I just would say it's because, never mind.
I haven't revealed who I got winning yet, but
this has been hey, everybody, this has just been smokescreen for Nell's reveal, by the way. Like, the show's gonna end once Nell reveals everything.
We'll see. I got 2 ways I can go with this. Right, but back to Tatum. So, like,
yeah,
you think everybody's been talking about him getting disrespected, and I don't really think he's necessarily been disrespected as much as it's just like, they're a great team. They haven't really been tested yet. People just really want you to prove it. But Do you think he's top 5? I don't think he's like in that discussion
In the what?
in the league.
Top 5 what?
Player
Today? No.
right now.
Not even close. I can give you 5 right here off the top of my head. I ain't even got to count.
All right, let me hear him.
Luka, Embiid,
Thank
Shea,
you.
Jokic. Stop it.
I don't know.
You put Tatum. Stop it. Don't be doing my man like that. We was talking about this when we did the top 10, and then we're like, oh, Shea could be there. What does he do this season? Win the MVP, except for they cheated him out of it. Won a playoff series. With that,
he beat the Pelicans.
Doesn't matter.
He beat the Pelicans.
Yeah, did he? Who did Boston lose to last year?
Miami.
All right then.
Is that a bad thing?
The Pelicans got potential, man. Look, all right, fine. I'll take him out. LeBron.
I'm not
James.
saying you gotta take him out. I'm just
I'm gonna show you that he's not top 5. I feel like that
one's debatable. But I agree with you. I don't think he's top 5. I agree with you.
I mean, what? He's still not better than Bron. Still not better than KD.
Are we sure about that?
You a numbers guy. You tell me.
I think Tatum had better numbers this year.
I got an internet.
I'm crying. I could be wrong.
I'm looking.
Didn't Tatum average 27?
You're 27, 8 and 5 assists. Okay. 26, 7 and 8. Come on, bro. Stop it.
And that's on a stack team.
I get it, but okay. So what am I at, 4?
I'm just saying that one's like debatable. Bron really is like 40. Like,
I mean, but I still think
he is that bull.
I'm still taking him over Tatum. Is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Give me a 5th player.
That's fair. Huh?
Give me a 5th player. Because I want to say Jalen Brunson, but you can argue that one with me too.
Hell no. Let's pump the brakes.
I'm kidding.
What'd you say? Jokic?
I'm kidding. I got Jokic and Embiid.
Luka. Curry.
Oh, easy.
Giannis.
Oh, damn. I wasn't even done. Yeah. It's over.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And Shea.
Rat
you
pack
got me
right
sidetracked.
KD, if you still want to consider him.
Yeah. He's a top 10 guy. Like, he's probably 10.
Ant-Man's rising. I mean, I know he had this rough playoff
so
stretch, but
you'll go with Ant, but not Shea?
I say he's rising. Like, I say he's creeping up. Are we sitting here saying, like, Shea and Ant-Man is I feel like is close? No? So where is Ant?
I mean, they're close. Like they're close, but like
you just know Ant coming, and it's gonna be a point where they really like neck and neck.
But that's what I'm saying. Next year, I have full blown confidence that Shea and Ant are overtaking Buddy, unless he shows
Tatum.
Something. Yeah.
Even if he win a Finals MVP.
No, he won Finals MVP. I'll give him his respect. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not giving him his respect, but like I'll be like, okay, like that.
No, for sure.
You. Like it's like that's my thing with Tatum. It's not that I don't get it. I don't see it. I like the guy. Great player. Like,
hey, Duke like Blue Devil, that's my guy.
It's just sometimes
it's just
be looking.
Sad
like,
he's got to wear a green jersey.
He's just too deep. He's too deep into the league now to keep getting passes. And like you said, with this team, he got to win because you can insert name here. The 7 guys we just answered, and they winning this one. We're not even talking about it. Be for real.
That's
like
fair.
we not even giving Luka a shot, but we giving them a chance. One, because of how great him and Kyrie are offensively, but they're so great offensively that they are overshadowing this guy that is supposed to also be a top 5 player.
I don't think Tatum's ever had like I know people complain about him not being in the MVP discussion more, but I just feel like he's never really had that like I'm the best player, I'm the second best player in the league this year.
He needs a loud moment. Like we need to be like, okay,
yeah, exactly.
This,
like he's never had a loud season.
Like it's like, oh, he had 40. Like
I didn't even know he averaged 27 this year. I honestly thought it was less.
And of course, part of it goes towards Boston being as good as they are. Like a lot of times, we be like, all right, bro, like man, we didn't even care about that Pacers series, right? Like nobody was really watching that joint. But it's like it gotta be like he gotta pull some ant talking crazy, call somebody something. It gotta be loud. Like Jaylen Brown will go in there and dunk on somebody, and we like, hey, that was nice. Like Tatum is just too cool with his quiet 28, and I don't like it because it'd be like 11 for 25 sometimes.
Tendencies.
It's like, brother, I need you to come out here and like accept this challenge and really cook. Like I need to see all 40 of them. That's all.
I think he's going to step up to the challenge.
No, I think so. I think he will be. In terms of like point averages, he'll probably average second under Luka this series. I think he could get. I mean, realistically, who they gonna put on him? PJ? Is that PJ's matchup or Derrick Jones?
You could probably start Derrick Jones on him. But like I said, they just hunt mismatches like so much. Like he's gonna find a way to
If he get down there to Kyrie and it's not a 2-dribble in the post spin off or fade.
No, that's not his game. He likes that step back 3.
And that's what I'm gonna get on the 2 for 2 live.
It's gonna be a fun series. I think. No, for sure. I think for sure. This probably like the best matchup since 2016, maybe. Even though I feel like coming into this one, I think there's like it feels like more even than the last one, even though like I know the Cavs. That one was great too because Kyrie and Kevin Love was healthy finally, and it was the rematch. And I thought the Warriors was going to like beat them at 5, and they were on the way to doing that before someone got sensitive and
that's not necessary.
Draymond got suspended, and then the rest was history. And then I had to spend a whole summer hearing them talk down about my man Wardell.
Steph ain't never gonna get another one.
That's fine. 4 is a lot.
It is.
Shit, like
it is.
But never say never. You never know. He might come to Philly and him and Embiid real tight. Like if he really wanted another one, like wrap it up right there. If he really wanted another one.
Could you even imagine Steph playing on another team?
Yeah, my team.
Listen, man, no, you can't. Stop it.
He'll look good in that red, white, and blue, boy.
Let it go. But all right, so we talked about the stars a little bit. So in terms of the role players, bench guys, supporting cast, if you will. Let's go with supporting cast. So we got the duos. We talked about them. Put the pressure on other guys. Better duo? I mean, better supporting cast? My fault.
Honestly, I like... I think I like the Mavs right now. It's tough. It all depends on how Kristaps looks. I think I kind of like what's coming off their bench more than the Celtics. Even though I know Pritchard's playing great, but like Sam Hauser like couldn't buy a bucket against the Pacers.
Yeah, they're not playing too much. I don't see Pritchard getting as many minutes this series.
Derek Lively's, and Gafford, like their lob threats and the way they've played defensively.
They say Kristaps shutting that down, though. That's what they say.
We're gonna see. Derek Jones and PJ Washington both like really upped their 3-point percentage. PJ Washington went from 32 to 36. Derek Jones went from 34 to 39. Those guys shooting it like that, it just kind of makes the Mavs like real tough to stop. And then you still got Josh Green and Tim Hardaway.
Them two don't need to play that much.
True.
And I love Tim Hardaway. That's the one Michigan guy right now that I can't even throw the bias in there. He didn't. He robbed some teams after that. Well, he robbed the Knicks too, but
Celtics supporting cast is crazy though.
I mean, it's just like
Derek White makes so many plays.
Hey,
Drew Holiday,
Josh Hart said it.
Drew Holiday dominated like the fourth quarters against the Pacers in those last two games.
Yep.
Clutch offensive rebound, clutch steal, like clutch shot. Like he was just always doing something that impacted the game. So yeah, I don't know, but I think that's why it's going to be a great matchup, and I'm definitely excited to see it.
Yeah, I'll probably give Boston the lean. I'll lean to the Boston side, just because, like you said, man, this is Drew.
Like the cohesion of Dallas right now.
I mean, I do too, and I already picked him. I started the show off with a bang. I got to get a Celtics fan one thing. I think Drew and Derek White together and Kristaps, those three are probably collectively better than anything that Dallas can put in. I don't love their bench this series though. I will say that because I don't think Luke Cornett and Tillman, like Walt. I mean, he was talking about who that was on the floor. Walt is a crazy dude. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a lot from the bench. Peyton Pritchard can play for a little bit, but I mean he's small and shoot. If Luka and them go after him,
easy buckets.
He's not guarding anybody in this series, so I'm gonna give the supporting three plus Pritchard and maybe Sam Hauser if he decides to play well. A slight lean. I think so. Are you ready to tell us who you picking, man?
Is it that time?
All right, folks. We spent a lot of time entertaining y'all while Nell was getting this ready. We're gonna wrap this show up with a Nell surprise selection. He told you.
All right.
Didn't you tell him, Nell? You said you was gonna have something to end the podcast with next time. And you've delivered. Who you got? You need
Celtics Mavs 2024 finals. In 6 games. I'm rocking with my boy.
Yo, there is no way.
Peace and salutations.
Yo, that's goated. Look at my boy.
Yeah, we going with Kyrie.
6. 2 for
Kyrie
2
and the
going Mavs in
boys.
6. Are we doing it together?
Yes, sir. And we gonna get it right this time.
You heard it here first. 2 for 2 is gonna go 2 for 2. My brother burning the sage. You see him.
Good vibes for the Mavs.
Good vibes only. That's gonna do it for this episode.
For the Celtics.
Bad vibes only. And we hate the Celtics. The Knicks Sixers union.
All our homies hate the Celtics.
Hey, with that, that's episode 43 of 2 for 2, season 3. Follow us on everything: TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, YouTube. We got it all. Burn that thing one more time and send us off. We out.